Well, to the Mendon Alum Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Singer. First off, boys, I wanted to apologize for the late pod. I'd like to get it out before the Thursday games, but obviously I couldn't. I was on a plane, so sorry about that. But we are here late Saturday night. I guess it's technically Sunday morning on the East Coast, and we've got our special guest, Logan Hoover, with us today. Logan, how you doing?
Shalom. I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Hoove is very preoccupied at the moment, but without further ado, we'll jump right into it and go over last week's matchups. That was week 9, and we'll start with Jesus Christ, Logan, chill yourself, my friend.
What I do?
Let's I don't know, shit hurt my ears. All right, let's start with the most upsetting matchup of my life. I took the L. Dylan Piacelli, 139 to 131. Dill beats me. He gets 37.9 from Kyler Murray and 37.1 from Christian McCaffrey and 21 from Will Fuller. My top performers, Tyreek Hill, 33.1, Russell Wilson, 22, and Alvin Kamara, 15.9. It was a shit loss. I'll let Hoove go first, and we'll hear his thoughts.
Yeah, dude. I mean, tough loss. Kamara and Michael Thomas. I mean, the Saints got ahead pretty quick, pretty early, and they were dicking on the Bucks pretty early. So it's kind of tough to give them volume, Michael Thomas and Kamara. But Dill almost got 240 bombs from 2 people, so that's always good to have. Yeah, good week for Dill. I mean, those 2 definitely helped because he had 3 players score less than 2 points. So actually, he had 4. He had 4 players score less than 2 points. So Murray and McCaffrey definitely helped out a lot there. So, good win for you, Dill. Good for you.
Yeah, that was tough for me. I know probably most of the league was pretty happy to see it. I'm sure even more excited than Dill was probably Jay.
Yeah.
I think Jay is literally just taking over Dill's team, and he's just like,
Yeah.
Rock Boys, we're one unit. Like we're winning it all. Like, no, bro, you're winning Sacko. Like, let's get that straight.
Yeah, good for Dill. A little fucking angry troll.
Yeah, I mean, he came on the pod last week and he kind of ripped me and he said he was gonna fucking take me down, and he did. My boys underperformed, but I'll get him back in the playoffs. I didn't feed into his bullshit. His texts, I know he was chirping me all after the game, which is very fair. As he should. I expect nothing less, but I wasn't giving him a fucking inch.
Yep, that's good. He waited his whole life for this moment, so got to be happy for him.
Yeah. So proud of him. I'll give him a win in the regular season, and I probably this is up there with probably like the greatest accomplishments in Dill's life. It was probably like getting into Michigan and beating me in a regular season matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely number 2. I
agree. Yeah. But anyway, so congrats, Dill. You improved to 6-3. I fall to 5-4. Yeah, we'll see how it goes this coming week, but we'll talk about that soon. Let's move on to the next matchup, and that is the hottest team in the league right now, fighting back from the depths of hell, and that is Chris Perna. He has a blowout win over Big Waller brand Matt Malone. He wins 171 to 93, gets another 39 points out of Dalvin Cook and 33 from Devontae Adams and 28.9 from Rodgers. I mean, regardless of how amazing they did, it would have beaten Malone's team alone. His top performers were Darren Waller, 13.2, Mike Williams, 13.1, and DeAndre Swift, 12.7 points. Hoove, what do you think about the matchup?
Yeah, dude, Perna's team is looking really good lately. I mean, it might be a little bit too late for him. He started off the year pretty rough. But yeah, Perna's team's looking really nice. He's definitely got to win out if he wants a chance of making the playoffs. Tough week, 2 points from Tom Brady, not great. Derrick Henry, 6 points. Derrick Henry lately, if he doesn't get a touchdown, it's not a great game for Derrick Henry. Really no PPR work for him there. Yeah, just a tough.
I mean, this week he had over 100. He had over 100 rushing yards, and he gets 11 points. So, but keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but that's pretty much all I have to say. Just a tough week from a tough matchup. Perna's team is really sick right now, so he's a tough guy. He's gonna be. I definitely don't want to play him.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy to see that like this matchup. It had the highest score and the lowest score of the week. And Perna he's hot right now. He love to see it for him. It's nice to see last year wasn't a fluke. Also, his team is like nice now. This week he's got Terry McLaurin and like James Robinson, all of his guys healthy and back, and you can all thank Rock for that. So this playoff push that this playoff push that Perna's making, it's legit. I also think it's a little too late, but we'll see.
I do too. I think he got off to a terrible start in the beginning of the year. So it'd be sick though if he could win out and make the playoffs. But I mean, all his players already had bye weeks, so he's chilling there. So we'll see.
He's definitely got a path. He plays the teams that he needs to beat. So, it's in his hands, and he does have a chance. So we'll see about this week, but we'll get into that shortly. But anyway, Perna improves to 4-5. Malone falls to 4-5. But yeah, hottest team in the league right now, definitely, and that's the newly named Dalvin and Devontae duo. So without nothing more to say on that matchup, let's move into the next one. This was the tightest matchup. It seems, well, actually, I am wrong on that. Okay. We had some tight matchups, but the second tightest matchup was a 1-point decision. Mikey beats Nelly by literally less than 1 point, 0.94 points. The top performers were all pretty close. Kelsey 25.9, Keenan 25.3, DK Metcalf 23, and then for Nelly he had 25 out of Judy, 24.56, almost enough to get the win from Cam Newton on that Monday night game, and 23.3 for Christian Kirk. Hoover, what do you have to say about this insanely close matchup?
Jesus, man. Yeah, I was following this one close. It was a wild game. Yeah, Mikey's team. I love Mikey's team. He's got a good team, in my opinion. Keenan Allen's a dog. I wish I had him on my team, dude. Especially with Justin.
He's nice.
When Justin Herbert came in, Keenan just started popping off, dude. That's a great duo. Kelsey, that was a huge pickup for Mikey, in my opinion. Getting Kelsey from Nelly, that was a great trade by him, definitely.
Yeah, that was probably the worst or best trade, however you look at it, of the year, of the season, honestly. Yeah, aside from maybe yours and mine, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was bad. I think me and Jay had a pretty bad one too.
Yeah, probably.
With like Julio for like Kelsey and AJ Brown. Yeah, but
that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, great game for Mikey. Lamar can't throw for shit, dude. That's tough. Rock just texted me. He said, "Let me in."
I see him. He's in the waiting room. We'll admit him because his matchup's next, but we'll finish off this one.
Yeah. Lamar this year hasn't been the Lamar of late. Like last year's Lamar. I think teams have kind of figured him out a lot. So, 18 points from him, not bad. Mikey's running back situation is kind of tough right now with Clyde, and he's got Le'Veon Bell there, and then Phillip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon pretty much split it 50-50. But his dogs, DK Metcalf, Travis Kelsey, and Keenan Allen are definitely, they're definitely able to pick up the workload for him every week to get him some dubs. Good game for Nick too. Jerry Jeudy had his best game of the year. I think Judy's about to start popping off here, so that's good for him. Juju had a nice game. Cam, nice game. Steelers wide receivers are weird for me every week because I just don't know who's going to pop off. Could be Chase Claypool, could be Deontay, could be Juju. Just weird every week. And then Chase Edmonds kind of underperformed there. Didn't have Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
Good one for Mikey.
Yeah, it was a tight one for sure. Nelly falls to 5-4. Mikey improves to 6-3. I think we're gonna look back at that matchup as a very pivotal one.
That's a big matchup.
Before I let Rock in, I guess I'll let him in while I'm talking. But who would you rather? All right, let me phrase it. Who are you more fearful to play between Mikey and Perna right now?
Perna.
Yeah, I think Perna's team is really good. I think Mikey's team, if his running backs can go off, like he has probably the best team, if they can do something, but his running backs are fucking trash. So, but anyway, Rock, welcome in to the pod. His audio is still connecting. He's got the hipster look. He's in his dungeon, the Rockoff man cave. Now we get to see his ceiling. It's just, he's still connecting, but while we wait for him to connect, I will intro his matchup. Rock had the closest matchup. He gets another lucky win. I'll let Hoove talk about it more, but he wins 115.04 to 114.98. Literally wins by 0.06 points. Like, that is actually the closest win in Mendon Alum history. Top performers for Rock: Justin Herbert 23.4, AJ Brown 20.1, and Aaron Jones 12.9. Max had 31.4 from Mahomes, 20.8 from Diggs, and 13.8 from Josh Jacobs. Hoove, what do you think about that matchup?
I hate Rock so much, dude. I hate it so much. I hate him so much, dude. The luckiest guy in the world. Beats me by like 2 or 3 points. Wins by less than a point this week. I hate him so much. I honestly have nothing good to say about his team. Troj, you fought hard, man. Respect. 31 points for Mahomes. Love that. Diggs, such a dog. 20 points. Justin Jackson got hurt on the first drive, so that didn't help.
That lost him the game. I mean, if he gets less than a point, if he gets 0.1 points, if he gets 1 rushing yard, Rock loses this game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He gets nothing. Rock pulls it off out of his fucking foreskin that's somewhere in the Niagara Falls. Like, no one even knows. Rock, I'll let you defend yourself, though, from the hatred you just got from Hoove. What do you have to say about yourself and the matchup?
No one can hear you.
Rock, we can't hear you at all. You're blocking your mic.
No.
Try talking again. There we go. We hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not worried about Hoover, but I am worried about the fact that I have only won by 2.76 points the last 2 weeks combined. Definitely got the fantasy gods on my side. But no, I mean, it was a fun matchup. Hoover just doesn't understand like the ins and outs of fantasy football. So it's tough for him to get like every day, like good pickups. He's asking me for my pickup guys already this week. He wants Mooney. He likes what I'm doing and tries to copy it. So that's what I would say about you.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
Yeah.
So the both of you guys are kind of, Rock got the win on you, Hoove, like 2 weeks ago. You guys are similar to me. I mean, we're all kind of fighting for a playoff spot, but I think the two of you, for some reason, I just feel like one of you will get in, one of you won't. Both you guys, I just want to hear your thoughts on that and where you guys think you'll stand for the playoffs.
I'm sitting pretty. I don't know about Logan, but I'm 6-3, sitting atop the entire league. I got my feet up and I got my players in that I want, so I'm pretty confident going into the next 3 weeks.
Okay, that's good for you. I'm happy.
You ruined your team, Logan, with those stupid trades.
Yeah, I just don't think you need to attack me right now. Like,
you just suck.
No, okay. Yeah, no, I get that.
Ooh, come on, defend yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna defend myself here. Oh my god, I hate him so much, dude. Rock, I think your team is terrible. I think I don't
I
think
think we understand who's on top here.
I think it doesn't deserve a playoff spot whatsoever. It's just you're giving the fantasy gods the sloppiest blowjobs of all time, and you're just the luckiest bastard in the world. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, if it happens more than once, it's not luck.
Nah.
I can't. I just do this. This is what I do.
It's definitely luck.
I got unlucky against Mikey. I lost by 4 points because Julio Jones decided to not play the second half of that game. I forgot what week that was. But now I understand how to please the gods and make the right moves every week so that I win by minuscule amounts. Like I make my opponents think they have it until they don't. I have late plays every week that get me solid points. Last week it was AJ Brown. Like this, it just happens. I just know when it's going to happen, and I'm just better at it than most of the league.
Okay, moving on.
Interesting. You definitely have been the best at it, if that's a thing, this year. A couple of good wins for you late. Who, like, I feel for you, bro. Nothing worse. I was at Rock's house 2 weeks ago when you guys were playing each other, and Rock was, he was borderline suicidal. Mid 1 o'clock, he thought he was gone, and of course, your team sucks dick. Your best players, you got Kittle and Lockett and Allen Robinson left, and all of them have like under 5 points, and Rock pulls another one out of his urethra.
Lockett got tackled at the 1 yard line twice. That was
sick. In
sick.
fairness, Jarvis Landry did drop 2 touchdowns, so that would have negated that. So if we're playing the what if battle, you're just sorry.
Okay, yeah, moving on. Dope glasses, by the way. Can't believe those are the ones you picked.
All right. We will move on for now, but the beef will continue. Let's move to the last matchup of last week, and Hoove, that was yours. It was a horrible game, so we won't talk too much about it, but you won 117.9 to 102.62, 36 points out of the GOAT, Josh fucking Allen. That's all you got to say. His other top performers were pretty bad. Julio, 16.4. Allen Robinson, 15.1. I guess we'll give Jay some credit. 26.8 from Curtis Samuel, another big game. Tannehill, 14.62, and Hayden Hurst, 13.2. Jay continues to hover around the over/under that I created for him. That's the best call I've ever had in fantasy, and that's his season over/under. He beats it by literally 1.12 points this week, 102.62. Hoove, what do you think about your matchup?
Josh Allen is my Lord and Savior. I would give, if he broke his ankle, I would donate both of my ankles to give it to him.
Watch your fucking mouth when you say stuff like that.
Whoa, Logan.
But
no wonder the fantasy gods fucking hate you. You just throw that shit out there. You know what? I hope all the Browns contract syphilis and AIDS. Fuck you.
That's so fucked.
Believe.
Yeah, wasn't happy about this game. It was just such a gross win. But yeah.
How many points did you have that week?
Shut up. It's such a personal question.
Oh, God, actually, I'm curious.
117.9.
In all reality, you would have beaten Rock.
Yeah, I would have beaten. Yeah, what? Yeah, fuck you, Rock.
Well, you didn't.
Team, Curtis Samuel is definitely my least favorite person on the planet right now. Just taking DJ Moore's targets for no reason. I just don't understand it. Yeah, Todd Gurley got his weekly goal line touchdown. That was huge. But yeah,
I would. Yeah, that's all he gets. But Hoove, I do think you're onto something. I'll give Jay some credit here. Probably the only credit I'll give him all 2020 season. He trades DJ Moore and he picks up Curtis Samuel, and it has worked out very well for him. Not that it matters. He's still lost every game he's played other than against Malone, but it was impressive.
Definitely impressive. But yeah, Jay made me nervous, but glad I got the win.
Jay's team is sneaky. Like I worry about Fulham. I play in week 12, and for some reason I see that being a trap game for me. So he's keeping me on my toes.
We'll have Chris Carson back. So.
Yeah, I want him.
No, and Duke Johnson will probably be the lead back at that point. So.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, IR for David Johnson for 3 weeks.
Yep.
Anyway, so Hoove improves to 5-4, and Miller Time, Jason Piacelli falls to 1-8. He's terrible.
Sad. He's gonna
Like
be
that's where we're at. Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna be shitting out legitimate blue fire. Like he's gonna be in pain.
I was at his house the other day, and he's like, "Dude, I just think it's gonna ruin my night." I'm like, no shit, it's gonna ruin your night. It's not gonna be a fun thing. So
Yeah.
I want to drink that, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
if you drink, you're gonna be puking up fire. Like that's just not gonna be fun.
The Sacko will not be drinking. The Sacko will be eating and crying, and it's not going to ruin their night. It's going to ruin their week. Like their butthole is going to bleed. No joke. Like actually, it will bleed.
Hemorrhoids. Many hemorrhoids.
Realistically, like the pain the next day, the pain at the time of eating will be misery. Then the pain the next day of the first, second, and third shits, you're gonna cry and really reconsider being in this league, as you should if you can't even win more than one game through 9 weeks. I mean, that's where we're at.
There should be a harsher punishment for only winning one game. If he loses out, I think we have to actually like throw him somewhere in like a bucket of snakes or roaches, something of the
That'd be
sort.
fucked up, dude. I'd throw up.
Yeah, you don't like snakes.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on though to next week, a little week 10 preview. We already had the Thursday night game. The Colts dominated. It was the Naheem Hines show. And yeah, I mean, that helped me out because I played against Jonathan Taylor. Nelly started him. He got 5.7 fantasy points. So I'm off to a good start. Yeah, I mean, as of now, I'm projected 138.4 to 115.9. I'll let you guys kind of hop in, but we're both 5-4, so this is a crucial game. The winner, I would say the winner probably has a 75% chance. I'm just making these numbers up, but I'd say the winner probably has about a 75% chance to make the playoffs. The loser probably about 25. So this is a big game for the both of us. Rock, you go first. What do you think?
Of your matchup?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, are you playing a defense?
Unlikely, honestly. Yeah, only if I need to.
Yeah, so if you don't play a defense, that's definitely going to be more interesting. I think you have a better team, but Nelly is sneaky. I have to give a look at his team real quick. Hold on. But like Zeke's going to be out. Are you starting? Let me see here. Hold on.
If you go on the app, my starting lineup is what I'll be rolling out. I'd say about 90% percent sure I'll likely look tonight in tanker, but probably not doing too much moving.
And you're not going to start Kelly?
We'll see, but probably not, honestly. I think where I'm at, I like.
You saw Justin.
I know.
Jackson,
I mean,
yeah.
Interesting. I understand.
I mean, I'm not a Marvin Jones fan, so I would start him over. I mean, I like the matchup you have. And I also don't know what the Arizona's back is looking like. I don't know if Kenyon Drake's going to play a lot. Even if he does, like, is Chase Edmonds going to do that well? I mean, I thought he's going to do way better than he did last week. So it just depends on how that backfield sorts out and if Edmonds can get him some points. I think that's going to be a huge part of it.
Yeah. Hoover, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, it depends. I mean, you got Miles Sanders coming back this week for Nelly, so we'll see how he'll do in his first game back. Like Rock said, I don't know who you start between Drake and Edmonds, because Edmonds did not really produce that well when Drake was gone. He honestly did kind of better when Drake was there. Yeah, I mean, your team's definitely better. Yeah, I give the advantage to you.
Hoover, we appreciate it. You can, keep yourself muted. Let your girlfriend talk about her nails while we talk football. But yeah, I'll say it really helped having 5.7 points out of Jonathan Taylor. I probably will pick up a defense, honestly. I respect Nelly's team enough to do that. It's just I haven't decided who I'm going to drop yet. So that will probably happen. I predict I'm going to give myself the win. I think I'm going to have – I mean, I've been waiting for a fucking bounce back week. Like, holy shit. But I think I'll win like 152 to like 121. What do you guys think for score predictions?
Predictions.
Fair amount. I mean, if you don't have a defense in, I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the people you can pick up on a wire right now suck.
Doc, we can't hear you. Uncover your mic.
I'm not on the mic.
Yes, you are.
No, the mic's
Now
not
we
up.
hear you much better. There you go.
I didn't move anything. All right.
Rock, you
anyway.
did something, and it's better now. So what do you think the final score will be? Who do you think wins?
I have to be 149 to 136. I think you take the win.
Okay, close game, and
Definitely a close game.
I
I don't think it's
appreciate
going to
it.
be too. I don't think either team's going to really pull away with a win here. It's going to be close. Both teams are fighting for playoff spots, and it's going to be one of those grinder games. And I'm excited to see it.
Nice. Who? How about you?
I say 147, 132. You. Thank you, Paul.
All right, so here you have it. The Mendon Alum boys call us a clean sweep for me to improve to 6-4. We think Nelly will fall to 5-5. We move on to the preview of what is very likely to be the Sacko Bowl. Miller time 1-8. Jason Piacelli against Country Road. Take Mahomes. Max Troiani 3-6. But don't forget about Jacob Kalish. He is absolutely signed on and a part of the team. And if they miraculously lose in the Sacko to Jay, who are both Max and Kalish, they have to do the Sacko 100%. And we will make sure they do it. Just as Hoove, I see you shaking your head, but you better fucking watch it. Because as soon as I see you, I am berating you with every condiment. Everyone gets to. All 9 of us. We won't let Kalish do it because it didn't count for his season, but the other 9, you're getting it. Like, don't think you're not, because you absolutely are.
All right, that's fine.
But anyway, we'll talk about that at a different time. Just sit on that one, Hoof. But yeah, so more importantly, the Sacko Bowl preview, in my opinion, I would think most of us think that's going to be the case. Going to be the worst game of the week. Current projections 100.1, so right around that 101.5 mark that I've set for Jay, and 131.2 for Max. He gets Nick Chubb back. I don't think this one's going to be close. I don't feel we need to go overly in depth. I'll let you guys go, but I'm going to give my prediction. I'm going to give my prediction. I'd say 141 to the under for Jay this week, 97.2. Go ahead, Hoof.
Well, it's more like 115 for Jay because he's got Carson in his lineup right now and he's out. So plug in Duke down. So hopefully,
that's true. Good call.
Before tomorrow's game. Yeah, I'll give the dub to Troj here. Nick Chubb's coming back this week. I think hopefully he'll have a sick game going to the game tomorrow. So that'd be dope to see him pop off live. Yeah. I think Troj takes the win here, I'll give him 145 to 115.
Absolutely. How about you, Rock?
Yeah, I don't think Jay breaks 100 points. I can give the win to Max. I think he's actually gonna have a good week. I think he's gonna put up around like 148ish, and Jay probably won't break 100. So I'll say 95 for Jay.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it too. I mean, he gives even when he has like a crazy play at a Curtis Samuel, the guy barely breaks 100, and that's not going to happen every week. So he's just giving no one any hope to believe he's a team that can actually beat another team. Yeah,
it's sad.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a once great team, and after a bunch of trades, it kind of just went to the bottom, fell hard.
Yeah, he needs to make some trades for keepers. Who? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
That happens every year.
It's just
Okay.
funny that you're saying that he has to make a trade for keepers when apparently that's what he's been doing the entire time.
Yeah, he does not have seriously like Antonio Gibson. He's had on his team. He doesn't have keepers. Chris Carson is not a keeper.
He swears by Chris Carson.
Yeah,
I can't like he's all over him at this point, even though he hasn't played.
Dude, like every single team has better keeper value than him. Not even close. Actually,
Yeah.
actually, I'm not even kidding. It's crazy. So we think Jay is gonna fall to 1-9. We think Max improves to 4-6, which would be a big win for him. Because the Malone and Perna are I mean technically Perna, but probably Malone and Max are fighting for that last spot. We'll see. But anyway, clean sweep for the boys. We'll move on to Perna, the hottest team in the league. And I hinted at this matchup earlier with my question to Hoove, but Perna and Mikey, they go head on, and this is a very big matchup for both teams. Mikey already had the Colts defense play. He got lucky, and they got that punt block return touchdown, 12 points. So he's already off to a good start, but he's still projected to lose. 157.2 is the projection for Perna, unreal, to 138.6 for Mike. What do you guys think about this matchup?
Top to bottom, Perna has a sick team. And he's got great matchups too. James Robinson versus Green Bay, one of the worst run defenses in the league. And then I don't think does Cincinnati doesn't they have a problem with their corners right now? Some of them have COVID. Yeah. So it's just a bunch of good matchups. Devontae Adams versus Jacksonville.
Who has COVID? Which corners?
The Bengals corners have COVID, and one of them's hurt. They had John Ross playing cornerback in practice, and 2 snaps in, he hurt his foot, and now he's out. So
That's
rip
crazy.
Rip to that dude. But yeah, he's got great matchups. I think 157 is honestly selling it short. He'll probably put up 175. Definitely is going to be a team to be scared of come around week 12. He can pull out some wins and some people can lose. He could take the entire league again. So it's kind of scary.
That's very scary. Yeah, definitely give Perna the advantage here. And personally, I think we need a Perna, especially me and Rock. We might need a Perna win this week. Drop Mikey down to 6-4. But yeah, definitely give Perna an edge. I think he puts up 165 this week.
Yeah, I mean Perna's team is just it's unreal. And I feel like who's Mikey missing this week? He's missing Kelsey.
Yeah.
And he has no running backs.
And Clyde.
And
Clyde. Yeah. I wanted to say Mike, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly,
both Melvin and Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, that's a mistake. That's such a mistake. I've told him that. Anyway, I'm gonna call the upset just because I don't think the production that Dalvin Cook and Devontae Adams has had is gonna hold. I do think it's gonna be a down week for both of them, and if it's a down week for Devontae Adams, it's a down week for Rodgers, very likely. So I do think all 3 of those guys, are under 20 points, and if that happens, I think Mikey has a good chance just because his wide receivers are the best in the league. So I think it's gonna be a close one. I'm gonna give Mikey the win. So
I mean,
I'll go. Yeah, go ahead.
Packers love throwing it to Devontae Adams at the goal line for some reason. They just don't give it to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, it gets LaFleur's dick so hard.
Yeah, it does.
It's ridiculous. They'll be at the 1 yard line. It happened 3 times last game. And they just, let's pass it to fucking Mercedes Lewis, who's in his fucking coffin already. So old. Fucked. Hate that team. Oh,
so anyway, these two. What?
He wasn't out. Once Alan was out.
Pretty sure Alan Lazard is not playing this week.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Hoover told me he wasn't, so I changed it tonight.
All right. Anyway, these two, Rock and Hoove, both think that Pern will get the win and improve to 5-5, really cementing himself in the playoff race. And that would drop Mikey down to 6-4. I think Mikey's going to kick Perna out of the playoffs and make him drop to 4-6. And I think Mikey cements himself in the playoffs at 7-3. So with that being said, we're going to move on to another big matchup. One that's already started. That's your matchup, Brock. You're 6-3. I don't know what I'm hearing right now, but you're 6-3. You're taking on 4-5 Big Waller brand. You had a shitty performance out of AJ Brown. And if any of you guys listen to the Contested Catch podcast, I said sell him. So fuck you, Rock. But Derrick Henry has 100 rushing yards and he only has 11.9 fantasy points. Rock, you go first.
First of all, don't try to just boost yourself.
Rock, like every time. We can't hear you. Get your phone and let's hear you with your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I didn't do anything.
That's not great.
Yeah, your fingers are clearly over the mic.
All right. Anyway.
So clearly, it's unbelievable.
Anyway. Don't try to boost yourself for telling me to sell AJ Brown. Why would I sell AJ Brown? He's been so consistent. I mean, obviously, it looks great right now that he has worst game of the year, but he's still like AJ Brown, wide receiver 1 season, still alive. I love him. He's probably my favorite player. Don't need to worry about him. Bad game, whatever. Thankfully, Derrick Henry didn't get a touchdown. On one of those last drives, I thought it was destined to be. I thought he's going to have a 20-point game, and then they throw in Darrington Evans and McNichols or whatever his name is. So,
McNichols is that dude.
It's ridiculous how much they just love to fuck over Derrick Henry owners.
They do. Well, they gave Johnny a rushing touchdown, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
From the one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But I mean, I'm worried about this week. Malone's got a sneaky good team. Like I'm afraid of Robert Woods versus Seattle. I'm not gonna lie, and T. Higgins has looked really nice at Joe Burrow. So it's gonna be another tight week. I hope I can squeak it out, but we'll see.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, things be close. I think you're lucky. Like, yeah, this is why full PPR can be tough, but over 100 rushing yards, only 11 points. That's unfortunate, but 3 points from your best player or second best player is not good.
Yeah.
Hoove, what do you think?
Yeah, need Ma big time here to pull out a win for the boys. Definitely help with my playoff hopes. I think Ma definitely has a sneaky good team, like Rock said. And AJ Brown getting 1 catch was not great for Rock. And it's that little touchdown streak he had going on since he came back. Yeah, I think Ma pulls out the win here. Hopefully Tom Brady has a bounce back game after the worst thing I've ever seen in my life after last week. So yeah, give Ma the advantage here.
Yep. I fucking hope so. Rock needs to lose, and that will help both you and I, Hoove, and anyone else that's fighting. But if Rock wins this, I do think he makes the playoffs.
Definitely.
Rock, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Not much more to say. I mean, the only reason I'm going to give myself the edge in this game is because I think Aaron Jones is going to put up one of those superhero kind of games, like over 35 points against Jacksonville's defense. So he's going to be my saving grace. That's my prediction. I'm going to give myself the win, 135-126.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hoove, what's your score prediction?
I'll say 142-87.
What the fuck?
I love it. I'm gonna agree with Hoove. I don't think Rock breaks the 100 barrier, so I'm not gonna say that low. I'll give him like 99, but I think it'll be like 135-99. Rock, we both want to see you perish. The fantasy gods hate you this week. I spoke to them. So
no, it's all right. If I lose this week, I have an easy matchup next week.
Who do you play next week?
You.
Oh, okay. All right. So here you have it. Rock thinks he he improves to 7-3, and he thinks that Malone will fall to 4-6. The smarter of the bunch, Hoove and I think Rock falls to 6-4, and we think Malone improves to 5-5. Let's move on to the last matchup. Another crucial, pivotal playoff implication matchup, and that's your matchup. Hoove, is the internet shitty? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right. Anyway, 5-4, Logan Hoover beats Barry Ray, takes on 6-3 Carolina Killers. It's projected to be a close one. Hoove, I will let you start off and go ahead.
Definitely need a big win this week. Need it so badly. Definitely getting help with Dill's team, injured running backs, McCaffrey, Mixon, David Johnson, all out. So that's huge. So he's got to start Wayne Gallman. Unfortunately, Devontae Freeman can't stay healthy to save his life. So that kind of hurts. But I think this will definitely be a good matchup. I need my Lord and Savior Josh Allen to come up big again this week.
Fuck yeah, he will.
He will. He will.
Fuck yeah, he will.
He will. Another 35-point game out of him. But yeah, I say I win like 145 to 130.
135. Yeah, that's I like it. I'll go for Rock. I think you pull out a win. I really do. Like, I actually think Dill is not going to make the playoffs, and it's just like I actually believe that. Not that I just don't want him. Like, yeah, I don't want him, but I really don't think his team's good. He just lost David Johnson for the rest of his season, as in Dill's season, the 3 more weeks. And, like all of his players getting injured, there's no, it's karma. Like, this is what happens. Yeah, that's all I got to say about it. I think he hits 110. Hoop, I think you have a big game this week, and go like one big game for you, like 142.
I would have to agree. I'm probably rooting for Hoover in this situation, I guess. I mean, what it doesn't really make a difference, right? I don't know, but I think
it does if you lose, Rock.
It does.
If I lose, okay.
Yeah, if you lose, it definitely matters.
I would need Hoover to lose, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Hoover, you suck. I think you're gonna lose. Probably Dylan will win this game. Yeah, that's what I think now. Probably I'm gonna give Dylan the win, like 187 to 64.
Damn, 187 to 64.
Yeah,
all right, that might be our furthest off projection of the year right there. We'll see. I'm gonna have to backtrack and do some stat checking.
I don't know. It
sounds like we're all I mean, I don't know. Rock. You don't know what?
What was I? Oh, sorry. No, it's just like you can tell,
You said,
like,
I don't
when there's
know
a
what.
good, yeah, you can tell when there's a good fantasy owner and a bad one based off like who they're leaving on their bench. And I mean, if you're gonna leave Naheem Hines and him getting 28.5 points, like, you're just a bad owner and you're not gonna get production from your players.
Oh, because I could have easily predicted that trash bag of a backfield.
Oh, dude, if you were to listen to my podcast, I totally said that Naheem Hines is gonna have 30 points or something like that.
Okay,
Rock.
Good boost.
Listen, you're dead wrong, my guy. To be fair, like, who would have predicted that? But also, like, your running backs are so slim that, like, you kind of could have definitely started him.
Easily could have. If Mixon wasn't out, I would have started him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's tough, but it's all right. You'll be fine. So that you'll get the win and put yourself right back in the playoff race. At 6-4, we think Dill will fall to 6-4, and I guess Rock thinks the opposite, I guess. But yeah, do you guys have anything else to say? Some parting words before we head into the Week 10 matchups?
It's exciting. This is a tight year. I don't remember a year like this where, like, so many teams, like, towards the end of the year, like, in the playoff hunt. So I think it's gonna be very exciting towards the end of the year here.
And I think the reason for that might be what my idea was this offseason, doing like the auction draft. Like, I think that was a genius play. And I think that was all my idea.
You're funny.
Yep. Rock, that was a good call. Definitely. But yeah, I mean,
I have no more keepers.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta
Right.
discuss this. I think there's an argument to be had about not having keepers after next year.
Yes, definitely.
sure, we can reevaluate next year. This is not. Yeah, this is too. We're already at about an hour on this pod, so
All right, let's
we'll talk. we'll talk about this later. But yeah, any other parting words that are quicker than that?
No, honestly, like that's all I want to talk about.
Go Browns.
All right, that's good. Hoove, you too. Go Browns. Hoove, we will be looking for you in the stands at the Browns game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great
Where-
week 10. This is the
Bring a
biggest.
sign. Bring a sign so we
Yeah,
can
go
see
ahead.
you.
I'll do that.
All right, perfect.
Yep. So I'll just say this is definitely like whatever I think Hoove was saying. This is easily the most competitive it's ever been this late. It's week 10. Playoff start week 13, and realistically, there are 8, maybe even 9 teams with a chance to make the playoffs here. Only one team completely irrelevant. Obviously, that's Jay, but even the first place guy is no lock at week 10. So I wish all of you guys good luck. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Mendon Alum Podcast, and peace the fuck out.